All right, so we have the wagons down. I'm gonna go over and show you how we have to set the instant center, make sure that my 4 bars are in the same spot, which they're not. So I gotta move some stuff and I'll show you how that all works, make your instant center and ride height and all this chassis bull crap that needs to happen and be right, otherwise the car doesn't go anywhere. And then Alex Taylor is pushing her stuff inside, like I said. So they even leave the engine stand on it, the head on it. That's handy.
This is supposed to be in the car right now.
This is supposed to be in the car.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this, the Taylors are the hard. I am a hard-working guy. When I go to the track, I do whatever needs to happen. Mm-hmm. These people are the next level above. Alex Taylor is the hardest working woman in motorsports.
Thank you.
She is. They do the craziest stuff. So somehow they're gonna, because I'm gonna bore this tonight for them. It is, what time is it? 6 o'clock?
6 o'clock.
So it's 6 o'clock right now, p.m., not a.m.
Yeah.
I'm leaving for the track in probably 5-6 hours. I'm gonna bore this block for them before I go. They're gonna stay here and just use the shop, build the engine, put it in the car, and then go to the same race that I'm leaving to go to right now. Well, in 5 hours.
And the transmission.
And the transmission.
Put the whole
We're not going to build it, we're just
putting
putting
it all
it
back
in.
together.
Oh.
So, like 12 days ago, 13 days ago, we blew the doors off the car.
Right, blew doors off the
Blew
car.
the windows in, blew the doors off. So all the time that we were back home was consumed by, I was gone for the show. They were working, got the doors back on. We go to load it. We're like, oh no, a cylinder sounds low on compression.
Yep.
We got it all. We got it all real good. Bent 2 rods.
Bent 2 rods.
Damaged some more.
So I have far too many parts here. So I happen to have a set of rods, but they're 100 thousandths too short because this is an odd combination. So they've managed. Who'd you get pistons from?
Weisco.
So Weisco is making pistons for them today.
Yep.
So they must be made already, and then sending them next day air, so they'll be here tomorrow to match the rods that I have to be able to put in the engine.
When you say it like that, it sounds dumb.
I wasn't gonna say that, but you know, whatever.
I felt that as soon as I said,
Wow.
we're done.
That's crazy.
Dad was still asleep, and I called Steve, and I was like, "Hey, you got some rods?" And Dad got up and said, "No."
Yeah, she said, I have a plan. I said, whatever it is, it ain't going to work. And then here we are.
And here you are, yeah.
12 hours later.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Steve.
12 hours later. So we'll start getting to work. I got to finish up the car. Actually, I'll set this up to start boring because we're going to use the king of all hones on this thing because once we set it up, it'll probably take it'll probably take about an hour per side, and it'll just be sitting there doing it all on its own.
But you're going to hone the whole thing?
It's magic.
Or
yeah,
you're
with
gonna
diamonds.
bore it?
No, I'll hone it.
Hone the whole block. I mean, no bore.
Magic.
Oh yeah, it's freaking magic. All right, so what we're doing is Dennis wanted to as long as we're going through this whole hassle and whole heartache of putting pistons in it to match the rods that I have, you might as well make it right. Do what you want, you know. So that's exactly what we're doing. Is we're gonna now bore it 15 thousandths, so we got a brand new clean surface finish. Everything's gonna be good and cool. So that's what we're doing right now. So we'll get the machine set up, put the torque plate on it, and let her eat. Now this here is the four link calculator. So this is how Skinny Kid set this car up. It worked perfect, not effing with it. So this is what I'm going back to. If you look here, I'll show you, it gives you the bar dimensions of where everything is supposed to be. So where our ride height is, right there. So that's our ride height position from there to the ground. And then we know that where this position needs to be right there from the ground. And then we measure the spread. Those two are the same because I never took it out of the car. So the only thing's different is the rear end right here. So I do have to, I've already measured it, so you have to get in the, have to be in the car and then under the car and measure all this stuff. And this is not an easy car to be under when it's on the ground. So we've measured all that. I need to move it up one hole on the bottom bar, and then I'll measure the spread and make sure that our spread between the bottom bar and the top bar is exactly the same. That will give me the exact same instant center right here, the same anti-squat, everything will be exactly the same. So I'll show you exactly where that's at, all down here. All right, so this, these two positions here have never changed. We never moved these. This is originally where it was at. So all we're doing is duplicating on the rear end. So we have to measure right here, and this is one hole too low. So I need to move it up one hole, and then we measure from this center of bolt to the center of bolt up above, which I gotta go around the curve. I'm not exactly sure how you do that, but I guess we'll figure it out. And that determines that spread. So since this has never changed, these two have never changed, I make this the same and it will be the same. Our ride height is right, everything's all good there. Our wishbone is all set. I set the, and I'll double check it one more time, the sway bar that's up on top. So I set all that up, thinking what else I gotta do. So once this is done, that's it. We are ready to try to race. All right, so what we just did is we got everything reset. We're changing the pinion angle back to the way it was. Nick's helping me on that deal, but everything is right, everything's good. We had to do everything in race mode. Now, because the very first thing we're doing tomorrow morning is some kind of street drive for some video shoots and stuff. So I need to put all the street stuff on it. So my front street wheels are 1.5 inches taller than my drag one. So it gives me a little more ground clearance. And then we're putting on the rear street tires because I don't want to, well, I don't want to drive around on slicks. Plus it screws up my slicks. And these are expensive. So we're just going to be putting on the, getting everything ready for street mode, and we'll drive it like that. Well, just noticed that the wheelie bar mounts on the new Ultra Mark Williams 12-inch rear end are not in the same spot. I'm going to have to shorten my upper wheelie bar by about 3 inches. So check this out. You can put the entire wheelie bar all the way through. So I'm going to cut the weld off of the mount here, and then I will shorten tube, reinsert the tube nut, and check it out, and then re-weld them on. So one more thing to add to the fun. We have to evacuate the tire. You have to vacuum out the tire to get the tires up into the wheel well, which is normal for this car. It's the outro.
Oh, it's the outro? We're signing outro here?
Yeah, it's all
Okay.
done.
Yeah.
All right,
We did
Ta-da!
this. Look at it.
it's only 10:30 at night.
This is early.
It is early for you. 10:30 at night. We have their block board honed, ready to rock and roll. So they'll take it out in the morning. We will not be here. Me and Kyle and Nate will not be here.
They're leaving.
That's right. So they're going to be here with the other guys and assembling engines, putting it in the car, using the hoist lift. Yep, transmission.
There's
Yep.
basically more out of the car than that's in the car right now, but I think we're gonna make it.
All right. It's only a full day tomorrow, and then drive.
Yeah. Super
Party
simple. Thanks for the help.
Yes, you're welcome. Dragging yon bumper. All right, so we're all loaded, or well, we're finishing loading up. It's 10 o'clock or something, and I think everything's okay. I'm pretty sure the engine's okay. It's got a weird sound driving in gear. I'm not sure what that is, but we'll figure it out, you know, when we get there to the track. So make sure you're there. We got some shoots, video shoots or something to do in the morning, and then we'll be racing over the weekend. So make sure you're there, Route 66. Come see us. I'm more than happy to see you, talk to you. We'll have a lot more casual pace there, so should be pretty good. See you there.